Or don't you bother, Tim?
No. Hello, Nanette.
You used to bother, don't you?
I did, yeah. Hello, Nanette. Say hello, I'm filming you. You're 92 tomorrow, aren't you? So, where did you go to school, Nan?
St James's.
And when did you go to school? Do you remember how old you were when you first went?
5.
You were 5. And how old were you when you left?
15 or 16, whatever it was. I went into the other school, St Monica's, you know.
Yeah.
That way.
And then, when did you leave school? What did you do when you left school?
I went to work in the packing case, and then we went on the war business, because we all had to go on then.
Yeah. So you worked at the packing place, and then you had to help during the war?
Oh, yeah.
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 And then after the war, where did you work after the war? Did you work in the packing place still?
Case, yeah.
And did your mum work there? Did Nanny work there?
She did for a bit.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else.
About the packing place?
The packing quarters.
Yeah.
Packing case.
Yeah.
And I worked there for a long time then.
Yeah.
And,
Did you like working there?
well, you got used to it. There wasn't much office going then, you know.
Yeah,
To go anywhere.
And did you get paid a lot of money, or was it not very much?
No, but it was good because the war was on. We were getting a little bit extra.
So you got extra?
In the war.
So you got extra pay during the war?
Yeah, because we were serving the war, doing the stuff for the war.
That's good. So when did you meet my granddad? Was that after the war?
Yeah, about that time.
Yeah.
Used to go to St Monica's.
Yeah.
You know St Monica's?
The club there?
Yeah, we used to go dancing there.
And did you meet him there, or?
Well, he only lived around, like, over there, you know.
Yeah, so you lived quite close.
Yeah.
And then, how long were you at the packing place for? For quite a while?
Oh, a number of years, yeah. Till the war broke out. And then I had to go on munitions.
And then did you work there after the war?
Yeah, for a little bit, but not long. Just went elsewhere then, and...
And do you remember when the NHS started? The National Health Service?
I remember, I couldn't tell you the date
Right.
now, but it was at the time of...
Okay, it was 1948.
yeah.
But do you remember what it was like before the NHS? What was it like before the NHS if you got sick? What happened?
Oh, they looked after you, Tim.
They still looked after you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And did you go to, if you were ill, would you go to doctors?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Could then, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And do you remember before the NHS, what did you do if you were sick then? Do you remember where you used to go if you were sick before the NHS?
She stood to the doctors. I think.
Right. And did you have to pay to go and see the doctor?
You always had a doctor anyway, you know.
Right, right. But was it better when the NHS was created?
Well, I don't know about that, Tim. He done very well, really, considering.
Yeah, yeah. And were you ever sick? Did you ever have to go to the hospital other than to have a baby, or did you ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. So were you ever in hospital when you were younger, or
When I was?
when you were younger, did you ever have to go to the hospital?
I don't think so.
Only when you had babies, or yeah. Okay. And what did you think of the hospitals when you were having the babies? Were they nice places?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Everything was nice for you.
Good. Do you remember where you worked after the packing case place?
I forget. It was in like a woodwork belonging to the packing case a bit, but in a different place, you know.
So you went to a different place?
Yeah.
Right. And when did you start working in the post office down here on Watts Lane? Do you remember when you started there?
That was after I was married, I think.
Right, because I remember you working there with Aunt May when I was young.
Yeah.
And then you worked in St Robert Bellarmine's, didn't you?
Yeah, in school, yeah.
That's right. And do you remember when you retired? How old were you when you retired? Can you remember?
We didn't have no much push then, we just seemed to carry on, you
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Do you remember what job you did before you worked in the post office in Watts Lane? Do you remember what you did after the packing case, but before you went to Watts
Before
Lane?
the packing case, I was in like a tin works.
A tin works. And do you remember any other jobs you had, or Liz, do you remember anywhere else you worked that you might have forgotten?
No,
Or
we needed
The
tin
home.
works in the wood.
the home?
She was a full-time homemaker.
So you were a full-time homemaker as well, Nana?
Yeah.
And how many children did you have?
I mean,
Children did you have?
11 I've got, haven't I?
You got 11.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So were you at home a lot? You only had part-time jobs, didn't you, after you had
Yeah,
babies?
but I always worked, Tim, for
Yeah.
all that.
So you work part-time all the time, yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff. So what's your favourite memories of being a child, or when you were young? What's your favourite memory?
I was always pretty good with the ball. Playing, what you call it, netball and all those kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
Done all those too.
So were you good at netball?
What?
Were you good at netball?
Yeah, yeah.
And were you a good dancer, Nana?
A dancer,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good dancer.
yeah.
What's your favourite type of dancing? Did you have a particular style, or?
Well, we done more or less in 4s or 8s,
4s and 8s?
and a 4 there and a 4 there, and then you cross over. You,
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
things like that.
Formation.
That was when we were in the package.
That's right. And do you remember when you went to America to stay with Mary, the
Yeah.
USA? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Did you like the USA?
did I?
Did you like going to America?
I didn't mind.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff. So, what would you say if you could give some advice to you're 92 tomorrow? If you could go back and talk to Liz, who was 12 years of old, 12 years of age when you were young, what advice would you give to you when you were young? What would you say to a young Elizabeth Clarke? If you could go back in time and give her some advice, what would you say to yourself?
Oh, well, I'd have to tell her to watch out herself. And they all had a bit of a good job in the packing case.
So you tell her to work in the packing case and to enjoy it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to bring a bundle of firewood wrapped up with wire or something
Yeah.
on a Wednesday night coming home, and we'd have a bundle of wood for the week when we went home.
Good stuff. And would you throw that onto the fire?
Hmm?
Would you throw that onto the fire?
Did I still what?
Did you put the wood on the fire?
Oh, yeah, well, your granddad used to light the fire with the wood
Did
in
he?
the morning.
And the coal as well. Did you have coal in the house?
Yeah, coal. But you got a bag for 6 pence then.
6 pence. So what did you, when you were young, did you feel like you had enough to eat? That you had enough food in the house?
I
Or
think so.
yeah.
Maybe we just managed it, but nevertheless.
And what do you think's different? What do you think's changed the most since when you were a young girl? What do you think's changed the most?
Oh, well, everything seems easier, and you can get a job easier. Well, it might look like you can't now, but
Yeah.
you can't. You could get a good job. You left in the packing case for years.
Yeah. So you think it was easier to get a job back then?
Yeah,
Good stuff.
not now, Tim.
Ask her how she met me dad now.
So how did you meet me granddad then?
How did I?
How did you meet me granddad? Was it in St Monica's, or did you live near
Yeah,
him?
in St Monica's. And I used to dance with him in St Monica's. Yeah,
And do you remember the day you got married?
yeah.
And where did you get married?
St Monica's.
At St Monica's.
Yeah.
When was the last? Have you been to St Monica's Church recently? Have you been back
Yeah,
or?
in that time
Yeah.
of late, but not very recent at the moment now, but I have been in there to
Yeah.
go back for a short while, you know,
Yeah.
say a prayer or something.
No worries.
I'd love you to take us on a little trip around.
Little drive round. Okay. I'm gonna put this on Facebook for all the family to see, Nan.
What one?
I've filmed this, yeah? I've been
Yeah.
filming it. So I'm going to put it on Facebook, and then Joan in America and my mum in Scotland and all the rest of the family can look at it.
Ah,
Tell her to say who she is and
our old shoes. And
So do you want to just say who you are and how old you are?
If she wants to, if she think I should.
Yeah, you say
I'm
who.
Elizabeth Clarke and I'm 93, is it?
92.
tomorrow.
92.
And what football team do you support? What football team do you support?
14th of support.
Football team.
Oh, the football, oh, I had to say that.
Who's that?
Everton.
Right, just for that.
That used to be a supporter for Everton.
Yeah,
And that's how we done that, you know.
yeah. And now we all are as well, aren't we? All the
Yeah,
family.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, thanks, Nan.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
That was very good too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.